I talked a little bit about Lexington. SAT basically called me out on the forums for not mentioning Lexington by pointing out a couple of things that I had missed. Um, Essentially, Lex is, in his opinion, Lex is better than Enterprise because Lex gives you more tools to deal with Massachusetts, who is certainly the most prevalent battleship you're going to run across. Um, because the AP bombs on Enterprise very much struggle to Citadel a South Dakota. I've never been able to find a spot that could do it. Um, you can Citadel just about every other Tier 8 battleship. I had a guy in that thread try to tell me that you couldn't Citadel in North Carolina with Enterprise bombs, and I know that's BS because I've done it. So, I will say that, SAT's point was basically like, if you're Lex against a MASH, you've got the torpedoes, you've got the TIMs, and you've got the HE bombs, all three of which are effective. The TIMs are good against cruisers and destroyers if you can get them to land. My problem with the TIMs is that I can never get the TIMs to land reliably against anything. Well, okay, I'm lying. Against another battleship, against a battleship or cruiser, yes. Against a destroyer, no, almost never. Right. So SAT is in chat. He can give you more details on that, but he made some really good points that I hadn't considered. So that's okay. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with Lexington. Like, I just don't call her out as base. I'm not saying she's good. I'm not saying she's bad. By avoiding the naughty list. That's basically an idea that the idea is, hey, you can absolutely make this ship work, if you want to.
The work environment sucks, but I bet the benefits are nice. I go where I please. And I please
For the
where I
one of
go.
the reasons that I like Enterprise is that for me, when I look at the toolbox that Enterprise has for an average player, and that video, the recommendation videos are really kind of generalized towards the average player, right? Like, anybody who's started playing the game the last couple of years and just wants to get in, derp around and ranked at tier 8. What are some ideas? Here they are. Enterprise, in my opinion, is easier to learn. That's my opinion, because I struggle with, not because of the torpedoes or the bombs, but because of the rockets. To me, the TIMs on Lexington, and you can take the HVARs on Lexington. I like to, actually, but I know a lot of people think I'm crazy. I've gotten to where I prefer having the American 5-inch rockets are an exceptionally good tool against destroyers, and I really like having them. All right, I'm gonna have to deal with a mass. Give me that cross shot on that Octago again, would you? Can you spot him for me? Come on. I know you can. You had him. There he is. Thank you. Did he turn in or did he turn out? I don't know. Looks like I don't know what he did. My shells look like, I think they went over him, I think. Alright. This is gonna hurt. Because I wanted to turn out here. And the mass is about to thump me. A little bit. I want to let this Tirpitz get away from me. Spot that dude again. Want this Tirpitz to go past me so I can flip out a little bit and show these guys my butt. No, he's turning in. It's going to be a terrible shot. There's the shot I want. Come on. Come on, guns. Come on, guns. Come on, guns. There we go. That's the shot I wanted. And that's why we wanted that shot. Their North Carolina seems to think he's a sniper, which I find to be pure comedy. Oh, the Octago ran aground. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Now, this is a force to be reckoned with.
Come on. Come on, guns. Come on, guns. Come on, guns. That's a good-looking salvo. Yes! Yes! Mmm. 2 salvos, 20k a pop. Feels good, baby. Mmm. tastes so good. So they have a Tirpitz who's charging to his death, a North Carolina who wants to snipe, and an Atago who ran aground in front of pretty much all of us. Alright, well, you do you, I guess. But this is, like, you see why Amagi can be good. Her guns, when they want to perform, are just ridiculously troll. Look at that. It's my third 20k salvo in a row. So, when I talk about, you know, one of the nice things about this ship is that throw weight. That's what I'm talking about. 10, 16-inch guns is absolutely nothing to joke about. Oh, I didn't have another 20k salvo. Bummer. Also, I just realized they have a Xin Yang. That's a terrible pick for this format. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? And our Kagero is apparently suicidal? What is that? What is he doing? Yeah, I overshot him just a little bit. Now, I'm giving him a pretty shot here. He may thump me if he takes it. Let's see what he does. Nope. Didn't want it. If you're looking for just a ranked recommendation, Wandering, Lo Yang is probably the single best destroyer you can take into a ranked season. Like, it doesn't get much better than a Lo Yang. Keep turning, Massachusetts. Keep turning, buddy. Keep turning, buddy. Oh, yeah, you make me so happy. Keep turning. Keep turning. There it was. There it was. Come on, guns. Don't fail me again. Ah, that was overpins. What is this garbage? What is this garbage? And the Eugen wouldn't keep backing up. That's all right. That's okay. Wait, there he is. What's he doing? Is he sitting still? I'll take the shot. I don't know that those shells are going to land. It looks like he's trying to move up a smidge, but I might get a few of them in there before he gets stuck. Let's see. A little bit. Not much. More overpens. All right, we're going to push the middle of the board now. We'll pin these guys in. This Eugen's playing little juke games with his engine. But if he comes back around that island again, he's going to regret the experience, I fear. Their North Carolina is on the eye line. Their other battleship is playing back with the aircraft carrier. It's a tough call, Justin. I would recommend avoiding... I'll tell you what, I would suggest this. Don't play the American line. And don't play the British line. The French line is not bad. That would not be an awful place to start if you're looking for that. The German battleship line is fairly enjoyable. It's not the best line in the game, but it is fun to play. I'll give it that. Absolutely, it is absolutely 100% fun to play. I want to make sure he's committing to this turn before we do that. That's a really good-looking salvo. That's a really good-looking salvo. That was a good-looking salvo. But Nevermore hits a point that I would probably agree with, is that I feel like if you have to pick one, the Japanese battleship line is actually really good. There's a nice mix of kind of like proper battleships and battlecruisers, although for me, people think I'm crazy, right? But I do not care for Yamato. So for me, the carrot at the top end of the Japanese battleship line is not worth it. But that's not to say that the Japanese battleship line is bad. Far from it. I just don't believe that the carrot at the end of the stick is worth it. The line itself is a lot of fun. Alright, Eugen, what are we doing? They're trying to go broadside. You don't want to come out there, because you know what's going to happen if you come around that island. You know exactly what's going to happen when you come around that island, don't you? But the carrier has left you with no choice. And so, good night, sweet prince.
Our victory is in sight. Now you see me, now you're dead.
Our team has taken the lead.
Yeah, this should help. Damn. Desert road, no gas, and no chicks.
So when you take an Amagi or a Key into a ranked game, you're basically taking her. You're trusting your team a little bit to kind of not charge in and die, and to hold back a little ways, if for no other reason than she wants to sit at range and do what I did and rack up a few of those big fat salvos. As you know, early on, unfortunately our Montpellier is going to bite it, but them's the breaks. Yeah, I don't blame the Indomitable. He's doing the same thing I'd do in his shoes. Try and save his star, in what is obviously a loss. Fine.
Damn. Desert road, no gas, and no chicks.
Let's get turned. I want to get my stern guns on this dude. I think the lead there was pretty good. Yeah, I'd say the lead there was pretty good.
Bleeding pussy.
That also looks like a pretty good looking salvo. Get down, boys. Get down, shells. Yeah.
America, fuck yeah. Yeah, this should help.
The good news is I should get another salvo on this guy, about right there, and then about right there. Oh, he lived! That jerkwad. You weren't supposed to live, sir. It's alright. I think I'm going to get one more salvo. Let's see if we can make it work. No, game's gonna end. Oh well. C'est la vie. But there you go, Amagi. I like Amagi still. She's still a really good battleship. She plays well in this format as long as you know what to do with her, which is she's not for charging. That's not what she's there for, right? That's not what she's gonna do well. I found it interesting that their carrier basically left me alone all game. Because if I'm an enemy carrier and I can pick on a Japanese ship, I'm absolutely going to go for it. Because my AA... Like, if I'm a Key, that's different. In the Key game, if I'd had an Implacable or an Indomitable, he probably would have been well-served to stay away. But in an Amagi, I go after an Amagi. Heck yeah. I go after an Amagi.